What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Right behind me is an old snowblower for the railroads that go through Truckee. Pretty incredible, I'd say, how much snow they have to remove for this railroad. Passenger Amtrak comes through here all the way down to San Francisco and then all the way east across the country. But regardless, today I'm on the Lorentz Major. I am determined to figure out this board. It's kind of like a tank. It doesn't change directions that quickly like the eSk8 or of course the X3. But once you kind of get it leaning, it does carve. The best thing about this board is for sure the battery pack at 1500 watt hours, the motors, and the deck. Everything is just so overbuilt that you roll over everything and you feel basically nothing. Next best thing about this board is the range it has, which seems to be never-ending, unlike my ace decks, where I feel like I just might get stranded. And up here in Tahoe, there ain't no Ubers to come and save you, that is for sure. You run out of battery, and you are SOL. Did I mention the motors? They're awesome. They make noise, but that's the part that I love almost. So today I'm going to be riding from downtown Truckee up into Tahoe Donner, hopefully around as much of the neighborhood as I can. It is a big climb. Of course, everything here is up and down, probably about 1,300 feet of climbing, but the distance is what might get this board in the end. But once I get up, then I should be able to cruise on back down, and should be no problem, hopefully. The one thing about this thing is it's a big girl and she needs a wide girth to make turns. It's not like you were going to turn this thing around at 90 degrees that easily. Just about to start the proper climb up into Tahoe Donner. This is where they get serious. I've used one bar on the remote, and let's see how we do. If I can get all the way up into Tahoe Donner up Wolfgang, I will be very, very impressed, without actually worrying about having enough power to get back down into town. One thing also going up and down the hills to this point, the brakes, amazing on this thing. Truly fantastic. Well, this is pretty awesome. I made it to Wolfgang Street in Tahoe Donner. That climb so far only used up one bar on the battery pack. Really impressive. I always base these climbs off of how difficult it is to actually ride my bike. So generally that's like the baby gear. And this right here is the ultra baby gear. Alright, all the way up to the top of Tahoe Donner, about 1,000 feet. This is actually a very difficult climb just on your bicycle. And the fact that it only used up 2 bars on this remote is really unreal. It is also fairly cold. It is probably 38, 40 degrees perhaps. Probably more 38 here. But just the fact that I got up here, I still have plenty of battery power, so I'm gonna go for ski slope. I'm gonna ascend it. All of it. Alright, top of ski slope. This is actually what they call Glacier Road because it is so high up here and it's always covered in snow, basically. So this was a long ways up to here, 13.5 miles, kind of just doing a giant loop to kind of get to this point a bit. So pretty solid. That last bit of the climb did take another bar. But you know what? There's another descent and then it goes up again and then down. And if I can combine this next climb, this is probably the greatest distance boards really of all time. Once you get the trucks set up to where you can kind of carve them because the trucks are so wide, it does take some effort. Once you get that all dialed in, this thing is incredible. It's unreal. Hard to say. Unbelievable. It's like, oh, it's freezing. I don't even know how cold. My hands are frozen. Down in Truckee, it's probably at least 15 degrees warmer. It feels like summer down there. But I'm just so high. I keep hitting every climb I can throw at this stupid board, which really isn't stupid. It's amazing. This is an engineering fucking marvel. Every climb in Tahoe Donner, insane climbs. This one I just did, I don't even know if I could ride my bike up it. And the Ironman heart still says half a battery. I don't think this board will die. So, unless you live in a place that's really hilly like this, you don't really appreciate how good brakes make the experience so much better. And if you don't know the area, just how steep these climbs are, it's crazy. These climbs are so steep. This entire area is just so intense. Alright, just finished this ride, 21 miles. I still have 2 bars on the board, which probably, and then according to the Ironman heart thingy, I have about 30% left, which sounds about accurate. That is unreal. I'm gonna list what the elevation gain was, but it was a lot. And I am tired, like just from, you know, all the leaning back coming downhill. It's actually quite a bit on your legs. So what a great ride. I was almost thinking like, what's the point of this board? But now, I mean, I really know. As the temperatures, I think, get higher, it's just going to be even better. The fact that I basically did some of the hardest climbs in this area, combined them all together, and got back without worrying about actually losing enough battery power is really a marvel to the engineering of this electric skateboard. It's incredible. So if you're looking for a long distance, basically road trip electric skateboard, the Lorentz Major just might be your ticket. And then you can stop and charge it in a couple hours and just continue on with that journey however far and long you want to go. And on that, I will see you tomorrow.